So, me and Phil are heading into Algonquin for a weekend, winter camping in up to Spruill Lake. Should be a good time. A bit cold tonight, minus 15 degrees, but by Sunday it's supposed to be rain and 10 degrees, so good mix of weather anyway, that's for sure. Phil's already losing gear. Well, we made it down to Sunday Lake.
Portage of fun.
Yeah, it's a bit of it's only 150 meters up to the road, but it's pretty steep coming down, so had some difficulty, but this is what it looks like. It's just a small lake. Our plan is to hike to the other side, and then there's a portage up into Spruill Lake, which is the next lake over. So we'll see if we get there. And the portage that goes across from Sunday Lake into Spruill, there's actually snowmobile tracks. I'm not sure if it's from any of the logging companies or if it's from the Ministry of Natural Resources. I'm not quite sure, but either way, very pretty out here today. Lots of snow still hanging on the trees, which is pretty, but you gotta knock it off as you go by or you get covered in snow. Phil's running a little behind. He's having some issues with the snowshoes, so waiting for him right now. A blue jay just flew out of this.
No way.
Yeah.
Away from home. There's our home.
Yeah. So.
Just put the tarp across there, and there you go.
So that hole, this tree fell over. That blue jay just flew out of it when we came up to it. Pretty neat.
Well, that, imagine finding that when you needed it in a situation. It's like.
Yeah. I just broke my camera mount. So we've got it to Spruill Lake. Nice bit of ice pouring off a rock face there. Not a bad little lake. There's a campsite there. Now we're not going to camp on the site specifically, but we want to be close enough that we can use the Thunderbox. So we'll see when we get over there what it looks like and how far back we have to go.
got one like
Do you?
yeah.
Alright.
We're gonna spread 2 out.
Sure.
I thought this would be our like little table.
Well, I think we have enough wood for tonight, and we're actually debating, depending on the weather, we may, so Sunday night it's supposed to be freezing rain turning into rain, and it was about a 4K hike in, which took about 2 hours because we were walking slow to try and keep, not overheat. So 4-hour hike out in the rain at 10 degrees is probably not the best plan. So we may actually just bail out earlier tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, just because it might not be worth the freezing rain fun, but we'll see. Wait and see. But just getting our fire pit set up. Got a bunch of wood. It's my watch died, so I think it's probably about 3:30, and we'll go from there. But I can show you our sleep setup. We're just in here, blocked off a bit of the wind because it seems to swirl around a bit in here. Hopefully don't fall as I'm carting this camera around, but we're going to end up draping a tarp over this end. So yeah, we're in here. We have solar blankets, reflective side up on the bottom. Picnic blankets, and then our sleeping pads, foam mats, and sleeping bags. So we think we should be warm. I guess we'll find out. So Phil was smart. He brought his chair. I just figured we'd just punch holes through the snow and it would just never sit right. But now that we've dug out the fire pit, it's going to be good. So.
But I was too lazy to leave that. Oh.
So.
There we go.
We're going to cook up a spot of tea for now. It's probably about 4:30ish or so. Looks like it might be a nice sunset. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it because I heard them coming, but I didn't get over to the camera quick enough. 2 Hercules transport aircraft for Canadian Forces flew maybe 150 feet directly out over the lake just in front of us here. It was just two of them just blew by really quickly. So I know they're based out of Petawawa or Trenton, and I think they do a big loop up through the park here. We see them in the summer as well, a fair amount. So this lazy boy, this goes out to Marty Morrissett. I saw him do that on the channel not too long ago, where him and his buddy made basically a lazy boy couch. So I told him I would probably be stealing it for this trip, so I have. So I don't want to have a seat. I don't need that one. So interestingly enough, the snowmobile tracks that we followed in stop here, and there's actually ice fishing holes that have been drilled into the ice. I'm assuming they're ice fishing because it is augered in. My understanding though, this is illegal at this time of year to ice fish in the park. There is it's considered a sanctuary during a certain time of the year and through the winter, so there's no real ice fishing. Now, if they are indigenous people, maybe they're allowed. I don't know, but I may report this to the West Gate on my way out just to let them know that somebody has been drilling holes for fishing. Yeah, we're eating good tonight. T-bones, potatoes. Should keep us warm. Well, we're trying to make our way into our little shelter. Trying to get comfortable for the night. Just before we came in, the thermometer I had said -12. It's probably in and around that, maybe a bit more. Wait and see, I guess. And it's supposed to be no more than -15 tonight, 16. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. We slept all right last night. It was a bit cool. We figure it went down to -15 last night. The thermometer I have shows about -10, 11, 12 right about now. But it's pretty crappy. It didn't seem to be accurate earlier, so we think it's about -15. So we're going to get a fire started, warm up a bit, and grab something to eat. So, Phil and I forgot to bury our Nalgene bottles last night. So, they got a bit hard, to say the least. So, hopefully we won't damage them in any way. We've come up with this ingenious solution of trying to at least thaw them out. So we camped down in the bay, not on the campsite, but off to the side of it to follow the rules. Where we came in to this lake is over at that side. That's where the portage is back into Sunday Lake. We're going to leave our stuff here for now and then just go for a hike. There's a 500 meter portage into Titmouse Lake over there at the end of the bay that we're going to hike up, check out that lake, and then hike back and head home. So I don't know how clear it's going to show up, but little mouse tracks run across the lake and then they run back. And one thing I did notice was the snowmobile guys who were here previously, they also tried their luck over at this point. So we made it to the portage. Even though it's actually an unmaintained portage, it looks pretty clear for now. But that could obviously change the further we go. Phil's lighter than I am, so he's not breaking through the crust like I am. Every step for me. This open area along the portage is from logging operations in the park. Quite some time ago. There's a road that goes up and around this hill in front of us here. We were originally going to do a hike around, but I think we realized we're getting too old and too gassed to do that, so we're just going to go into the lake and back and then out. So this track here stops right here, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but right here and on the other side over here are wing imprints. So I'm thinking an owl came down and grabbed it last night. Welcome to Titmouse Lake. Pretty sure based on the trail. Pretty sure we were the first people to get in here this year, or at least this winter. There was absolutely no sign of any sort of a track in. So, kind of neat to get to somewhere that probably not a lot of people go, especially in winter. Well, no one stole our sleds while we were gone. Not that there's anyone around to do so. This is where that blue jay flew out of on our way in. Maybe it was finding bugs in there or something to feed on. So we're back on Sunday Lake, and we're actually going to try and follow, even though I can't even see them right now, the snowmobile tracks, because it goes up a shorter incline to the road versus the 150 meter portage that we came down, which was extremely steep and would be very difficult to get our toboggans up. So we just came off Sunday Lake, which you can probably just see through the trees there. And a little bit of a portage, and then we're back onto the main trail now. This way is out. Probably another 500 to 600 meters till we're back at the portage we took to get onto Sunday Lake yesterday. You can just see the wing tips of whatever bird came down and grabbed, or tried to grab probably a mouse through the snow. So this is the portage we went down to get to Sunday Lake on our way in. Based on the hill, we wouldn't have been able to get our sleds up very easily, but not without a lot of work. Hence the reason we used the other portage further down this road. This is likely an otter or a muskrat hole on the side of the riverbank here. Alright, so Phil and I are at Madawaska River by New Lake. We've just stopped in, check out some things, see if we could see a pine marten at the garbage bins because they usually hang out there. Intention was to walk back to the Poverty Falls, but I've misplaced where I am. We're just on the lower Madawaska River Bridge, so the falls are up that way. We're just going to head back and call it a good trip. So thanks for watching, If you like these videos, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.